Hi there. If you are to go through my previous videos, you'll hear the occasional reference to my ex. You'll also hear reference to the fact that the breakup, as well as the abusive nature of the relationship in and of itself, put me in a really bad place. A place I'm still trying to claw my way out of, admittedly. Basically, this Valentine's Day will mark the second V-Day I've spent alone. If you're like me, you need a lot of help, psychologically. Kidding aside, if you're like me, you spend a great deal of time agonizing over shit that you can't change. And there's a reason my doctor stuck me on antidepressants and anti-anxieties. During the run-up to V-Day this year, I had a realization. It's okay. Seriously. If you're alone, going through a breakup, never been in a relationship and depressed because of it, any number of things that could be happening to you during this fucking cunt of an annual celebration, it's okay. My family loves me. It's a different kind of love, but important nonetheless. Everyone has someone. It could be your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your friends. A lot of people hate to admit love. I hate to admit love. I'm terrified, paranoid about the next person who I trust turning around and stabbing me in the back. That's caused me a lot of hurt. I've kept people at arm's length. I've lashed out at friends, family, people I work with. I've been so self-destructive because, if I want to be honest with myself, I don't have a very high opinion of myself. Recently, like I said earlier, I realised it's okay. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to be paranoid. To be careful, to love, to hate, to laugh, to cry, to hate yourself. To want to die. To feel any emotion on this cunt of a celebration. It passes, heartbreak passes, everything passes, and there's always sunshine after the rain. This is one of the more somber type videos because, well, I've always hated this time of year because you just... It's a celebration that, oh look, you're standing up, you're taking part in societal norms, oh you're doing this, you're doing that, and it's like, I'm just sat here playing games. Like, I've never really tried, and I've never really had an interest in, like, being some sort of, like, social butterfly. I'm rather introverted. But it just... A friend of mine at uni said I'm actually quite of an extrovert. And it brings me... it brings up the rather interesting point that I put that on, and I shouldn't. And the second I leave uni, the second I'm away from everyone else, the second I'm on the train going home, I cease to function. I'm just, I'm out like a light, and it's a miracle that I haven't woken up like 4 stops past the stop I was meant to get, and I've missed my bus and all that, and I have to phone my mum to get us a lift. But, it just... Everything evens out in the end. And you might think I'm talking absolute bullshit. And I can only speak from where I've been. And when I said, like, it's okay to hate yourself and to want to die, I'm not saying take a knife to your wrist and, get it over with. I'm saying it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to be depressed and to have anxiety and to really just be in an awful place. It's okay. Everyone's in that awful place at one point or another in their lives, and anyone who says they haven't is a fucking liar. But it all passes, and I've been there. I'm still hurting. I'm paranoid. It's been a good year now. I'm still hurt and still cut up about it. I'm paranoid. I've been paranoid since fucking day one. I'm careful, but not to the extent that I should be. I'm still quite open about this shit, which explains why it's 5 in the afternoon and I'm speaking into a microphone about my fucking problems. I've loved, I've hated, I've laughed, I've cried, and it just... You think, from a perspective of, is it the worst day that's ever happened ever? No, because, well, you're still alive and you've still got, like, even if you haven't got a lot of it left, you've still got your dignity. And when I broke up with my ex, it was outside. It was by text as well, and I was outside of fucking Tesco's. I was waiting for a lift home, and it just it's hard to hold on to your dignity outside of Tesco's when your ex is just, the ex who's been abusive to you for over 2 years, to just turn around and go, "Fuck yeah, we're done." And me being this person, I put so much into that relationship. I put my heart and soul into it. And to be honest, even when I was with my ex, I still felt quite alone because I was the only one putting any real effort into it. And there were some times when he would pipe up and say, you're putting too much effort in, and I don't want you to, get yourself hurt. I don't want to see you burnt out and, take things hard, because I get very invested in things. And sometimes if I get invested in something and it doesn't turn out the way I want it to turn out, I can spiral. And it's not a pretty sight. And, well, like I said, it could be your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your friends. It was heartwarming because on that night, it was the 14th of January last year. I remember it well. It's one of those fucking, days that's been etched into my fucking psyche for the rest of eternity. When I came home, my dog, Lily, she spotted it instantly. She knew I was hurting. She didn't leave my side for a good day and a half after that. I went and made myself something to eat. I made some toast, ate about half of it, and I felt sick. She was there, next to me, by me feet, contact. She was pressed against my leg, and it was so heartwarming because she knew I was hurting. And that's why I said it could be your cat, your dog, because animals, they're very intuitive. They can spot when things are wrong. And my dog Lily has. It's not the first time she's done that, because before the relationship spiraled out of control, it was what caused it to spiral out of control, actually, and go down the fucking drain. I caught my ex cheating, and I didn't get any sleep that night because, one, I was at a fundraiser. I was at a fundraiser for a lad in my town who had a brain tumour, an inoperable brain tumour. We were raising money. You can Google it. Stay Strong Stu. It's a pretty decent. It was a pretty decent cause to get involved with. We were at a fundraising sort of like quiz type thing. All proceeds were going to this lad and his family to help with the costs of obviously being treated with a brain tumour. And I came home, and friends of mine, like good friends that I wouldn't have any qualms with believing, because they've looked out for me in the past, and they just went, right, he's been up to something shady, you need to talk to him. It was only when this all came out, I was sat in my back garden for about 4 hours, just sort of drinking myself into oblivion. And the worst part was, my dog Lily, she was there. Every time I went in to get like a drink, or just because it was fucking cold, she'd follow me. I'd hear the pitter patter of her little claws hitting the fucking wood floor. And it's a different kind of love, and you gotta accept that. But it's an important kind of love, because you can be with someone that you love more than you love yourself, and it can be all dandy, but that your family as well. I mean, you don't want to bone your family unless you come from some really fucked up place, but you need to have a good balance. And to be honest, I'd rather have the love from my family than from someone who has the potential to send me into such a deep spiral of self-destructive behaviour. And To say that you stop loving someone you once loved more than anything in the world, that would be a lie. But you move on. You have to move on. It passes. It's gonna be alright. If you're alone on Valentine's Day, just, give this a watch, hear my struggles, hear what I have to say. And normally I don't ask for people to like, comment, share, and subscribe and all that shit. The one thing I am going to ask you to do is to share this, because I know I'm not the only one who's been through this. And I know I'm not going to be the last one, and I know I'm not the first one. But what I can do is, the message this video is putting out is one that it can apply to all of us. It passes. It's okay. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be alone. The only person you need validation from is yourself. You are the most important person you'll ever know. And to throw it all away because of some cunt? Fuck. It's okay. It passes. You'll be alright. I'm gonna go back to being my normal self and have fun. Until next time.